As we move to the final chapter of our alchemic experience, it is our honor to begin the conversation about mental health and its relationship to our environment with India's and my personal most beloved spiritual teacher, Pujya Swami Chidanand Saraswati, President of Paramarth Niketan Ashram in Rishikesh, one of India's largest interfaith institutions that provides education, training, and healthcare to those in need. The path to removing social inequalities includes sustainable environmental practices. Research conducted by the United Nations shows that socioeconomic inequality in the household, workplace, and other spheres of life has a negative impact on the natural world. Muniji, it's an honor for us to be graced by your presence.
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om shanti shanti shanti. My dear sisters and brothers, it is so wonderful to join you from the banks of Mother Ganga, from the laps of the Himalayas, and from Paramarth Niketan, Rishikesh, India, for the Never Alone Global Mental Health Summit. It is a great to see the Chopra Foundation provide this much needed platform for so many across the world. And I'm so glad that Alchemic Sonic Environment, the Hinduja Foundation are partners also this year. Today, we are not merely gathered here, but we are together here. There is a great power in community. Community literally means come unity. Today, so many of us are still battling the virus. Some of we may still be locked in our homes, following extensive curfews and reminded every day to follow the guidelines, wearing a mask, washing our hands, and maintaining our physical distancing, and many other rules are there. So many of us have lost someone near and dear to us during this pandemic. Very painful. No matter who we are or what situation we are in, but we all recognize that the world has changed, and it seems that we might never be able to return to normal, our life as we know it. But how we react or respond to that change is our choice. We can choose to feel despair and distress, or we can choose acceptance. Or we can see this as Mother Nature's wake-up call. And to me, it is a wake-up call. Hence, let us cultivate the unshakable faith and deep understanding that we are all in this together. We might be currently physically alone, but we are not alone in our hearts or our spirits. There is a virus in the air, yes, but there must not be a virus in our minds and in our hearts. For a truly virus-free world, in both body and mind, we must move from corona to karuna, compassion, with conviction and commitment. Today, the coronavirus has brought us face to face with death and disease. The virus has shattered our illusions, forced us to question what actually is important in life, what actually matters. We begin to realize that life itself matters, our health matters, love and relationships matter, our mental peace matters. I can see people have so much money, so much affluence of wealth, but they are in stress right now. They are living in fear. So the very basic truth is we have to understand the truth of life. And at the same time, the very basics in life, what matters? Oxygen, water, they matter. And finally, our connection to each other and to the divine, that matters. We think our body, our mind, and our spirit are these separate compartments, but we don't realize that a leak in any one part of the boat will sink the whole boat. The virus isn't actually doing as much damage as the fear and stress of the virus is harming our humanity. I often share that when I becomes we, illness becomes wellness. Literally, if we remove the I from the word illness and replace it with we, then the word becomes wellness. When we move out of our boxes, out of our cocoons, out of our selfishness, out of being stuck in our own ego, then we become healthier and also our world becomes healthier. This is why practice of yoga, meditation, selfless service are so beneficial on so many levels, because they take a problem of I and they connect us to we. I becomes we and illness becomes wellness. So selfless service, our seva, enables us to realize our interconnectedness and interdependency and our oneness with all. COVID has shown us that we cannot be fully healthy until and unless all of us are healthy. We are all speaking about boosting our immunity. But in the process, if we forget our humanity, our collective responsibility to save lives, to serve, to help in times of crisis, then what is the use of that immunity? So humanity and immunity must go hand in hand. This is why compassion is so critical these days. And let me tell you and express my gratitude to you that Never Alone Summit is focusing on compassion. It is only when we develop passion for compassion that we can truly bring health, physical, mental, and environmental to our planet. So let us all have passion for compassion. Let compassion becomes not only fashion, but becomes a part of our life. In closing, this is the mantra to remember: our culture, our nature, and our future. If we want to save our future, we have to protect our culture and our nature. These are two different cultures. There are two different cultures or value systems one can choose from. A culture that sees the world as a parivar. Parivar means in Hindi, which we use for the family. are a culture that sees the world as a bazaar, means a marketplace. In a bazaar, there is a competition and exploitation. In a family, there is a sharing and caring. In a bazaar, your loss is my gain, and in a family, your gain is my gain. We must shift our mindset. We must see the truth that the world is one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We all are one. We have to live for each other, with each other. We have to share with each other and work selflessly to serve our world family. When we live feeling that the world is our family, we feel happier, more at peace, more connected, and less alone. And also, we become assets to the world and instruments of caring and compassion to others. And now let us talk about nature. We have seen that during COVID, Mother Earth heals. When we are locked down, when we go inside, Mother Earth heals. It shows us that we are the problem. So we now must be the solution. COVID has taught us the importance of water, oxygen, and all 5 elements to heal our ailing bodies and minds and to keep us healthy and happy. So if we want healthy, happy, and harmonious life, we must reaffirm our commitment to protect our Mother Nature and Mother Earth by conserving water, protecting our natural resources, planting trees, and choosing more sustainable lifestyles. When we protect our culture and nature, we realize that our future is automatically protected. The future is in our hands, and it depends on how we live in the present. I once again thank you, the organizers of this summit, for creating such a powerful and impactful event to discuss the vital topic of mental health and well-being. Thank you, and thank you.